What's going on, y'all? It's your main man, Big Wayne, D-I-E-S-E to the airport live. Another episode of Callin High C. You know how I do, Mr. Diesel. Well. What an interesting weekend we had, particularly Friday and Sunday. We all know what happened. Paul George shook the world. Not Rondo. I don't know why I said Rondo. But Paul George came out of nowhere, went to the Clippers. Kawhi done went to the Clippers, so now they the favorite. I got them as the favorite to win it all right now. We'll see. But if somebody asks me, I got to say Clippers. And now they talking about Westbrook on the trading block. And here's the thing I'm getting out of all this. All right, so peep game. Allegedly, just got an update right there. Just got an update live right there on the Call and High See It show. Just got an update right there. And I'll get into that in a minute. I'm glad I got that update when I got it update, because now I got something else to talk about that pertains to this topic. But anyway, allegedly Paul George, he asked out of OKC after like 1 year on a 4-year deal. And now, breaking news that what I was just sitting there looking at reading, Westbrook, he got interested in the Heat. He ain't got no interest in staying in OKC, and I can't blame him. And all this telling me with how the league going, the league has changed because players are taking things in their own hands, and I feel like contracts don't really mean what they used to. You understand? People don't see, not everybody, but it's about half and half. But by and large, people ain't taking contracts seriously what they used to do. So I got like just an idea I just been thinking about. And I think it's the end of long-term max deals. I think it's the end of guaranteed deals. And what I mean is I think it's time to go more short-term. I think it's time to go more short-term than what it is long-term. Like, take example, follow me on this. Now, who do y'all think the favorites right now? You know, the Lakers are a favorite. The Clippers are a favorite. I guess what? In Philly? So Philly don't really play to that, but we'll see. But I just feel like what I was trying to get at is, I feel like as time goes on, the teams with the shorter term deals are going to be favorites, regardless of who that's going to be in the future. I think the Lakers is just kind of starting that trend because people seem to be, it's happening more frequently now. You know, Kyrie, he asked out. He asked out early on his deal. Anthony Davis, he wanted out on his deal. Evidently, Paul George wanted out on his deal. And he got 4 years left. And now Westbrook, he won out because there's no loyalty. There's really less loyalty to the players. And now it's getting to be less loyalty to the teams. It's versatile. It don't seem like it's far and few in between. You don't really see too many Damian Lillards out there anymore. And I feel like Giannis going to be one of them long-termers too. I thought Russ was going to be one of them. But it just goes to my point. The Kobes, the Tim Duncans, they're starting to be a dying breed. And I don't think that's the league no more because too many people moving around. So I think how you fix that, you got to we need to get away from the 5-year deals and closer to the 3-year deals. And if somebody wants to stay, then that's cool. But you just re-up, just keep on doing the 3 year, maybe a 3 year, a 2 year. Can you sign a 3-year deal and a 2-year deal? And if they want to stay, then great. Guess what? They done got 5 years and we can renegotiate. If they want to leave and play with their friend, because everybody trying to do the buddy thing now, or trying to go to another situation, well, you ain't locked in with all that money. Or if you want to trade it, guess what? It's an easier contract to deal because if you giving a lesser deal, it's easier to take on a 1-year deal than it is like a 5-year deal with $100-something million because everybody's ain't got that floating around. So if you got these shorter deals, it's easier to move and easier to hold on to, and then it's less for the player to do. If they want to respect the deal, cool. Now, but sometimes you just gonna have to trade it. Sometimes you're gonna have to trade players. Players is gonna trade, and sometimes the team just want to move off a player for whatever reason. Sometimes the teams wants to move off a player and ain't got nothing to do with it. So how do you do that, Diesel? Well, if both teams agree, well, obviously both teams got to agree for a trade. You can't just strong arm somebody. But if a player demands a trade, all right. If a player demands a trade, then I feel like you're forfeiting that right, and that you shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to pay that money, because there's no reason you should be stuck with a contract or take on players that you don't want for a trade you didn't ask for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so say all right, you're OKC, and I'm the Heat, and you trying to sell me Westbrook, all right? You trying to sell me Westbrook. Well, why should I have to? I like Westbrook, but I don't like him for 4 years, $174 million. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like if he asking out and he was trying to force his way here, okay, cool. When he moves, well, what do you do with his money, Diesel? Well, you restructure. I feel like if you demand a trade, you want to go somewhere else out of your contract, then you forfeit all that money that was guaranteed to the franchise you signed with. It's almost like you want to get in a relationship with somebody and it don't work out, you break out with them and you get with somebody else. Well, you don't punish the new person for what the old person did, or at least you're not supposed to. But we know it's a lot of people walking around here with baggage, just either here or there. This is not that kind of video. But what I'm saying basically is the next team shouldn't have to take on for a contract that they didn't negotiate. So if you demand a trade, you're trying to strong arm your way out, okay, fine, go. But if you want to come over here, then you got to restructure that deal and you forfeit all that money. I feel like that's only fair. I feel like that's a fair way to do that. And if you want to stay, then cool, all your money is guaranteed. If you want to keep on signing long-term deals, then great. And as long as you're here, we'll pay you. But the minute you're trying to get out, like if you try to pull a Paul George and try to go over, okay, well, you got to restructure that because we're not responsible for that. We're not going to take on an excess of $100-something million for players that we don't even want. Because we wanted you. We didn't sign up for Shea Gilgeous and all them. We didn't sign up for this. I feel like all deals ought to be restructured. Unless it's a rookie deal. Because rookie deals are pretty cheap. Rookie deals are pretty cheap. Now, I'm curious what y'all think about that. Because I'm feeling like if you short-term deals and if a player wants out, then they lose all that forfeited money. And it wins both sides, because if you want a shorter deal, then cool, you're not locked up forever. You can go play with your buddy who you're going to play with. And if you opt out, then you shouldn't. If you don't want to play with that team no more, you shouldn't be taking that team's money. So you should have no problem waiving all that money off. You should have no problem doing that. If you want out on the Heat, then you shouldn't be taking Heat contract. If you want away from the Rockets, you shouldn't be taking away Rockets money. If you want out of OKC, you shouldn't be still want to take OKC money. You should be totally fine with taking that money off the books. And if you demand a trade or ask for a trade, you're waiving that, forfeiting that money. And it's good for the team, and it's good for the players. That's just how I feel. I feel like that's the only way this got to go going forward, because there's too much moving around, and there's too many people that want to go but can't go because can't nobody take on these contracts. That's how I feel. Now, I might be right about that. I might be wrong. I'm just letting Callin how I see it. Curious on what y'all think on this one. I'll holler back. Yeah.